Yes. Welcome to the 3 a.m. podcast. My name is DJ.
My name is Charlie.
My name is Sean.
We tell scary stories. We tell funny jokes. We've been doing this for a few years now. And if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Move on.
Move on. Bro, okay, this week, what happened? What happened this week?
We were supposed to record yesterday.
Oh, yeah, dude. Why
We
didn't we?
got all ready to stream. I went home for lunch. I went home for lunch and I was about to go back to work. And I go outside. I let Lucy out to go pee. My dog, I have a 1.5-year-old golden retriever. She's dope. Her name's Lucy. Short for Lucifer is the joke here on the podcast.
I thought that was the real thing.
That's what I thought, dude.
Yeah, totally. And I let her out to go pee before I go back to work. She runs outside, runs over, and starts chewing this small black plastic thing. And we live in the basement of a house, and upstairs is like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid. So there's constantly just toys and stuff. Like Lucy's just chewing on things. So I was like, what is that? So I run up and I pick it up and I look at it. It's like a really weird shape. It has 2 metal prongs. And I flip it over and there's like a lime green residue on half of it. And instantly I was like,
Ectoplasm.
I know what this is. So several days before that, I had caught her chewing on a rat trap, a dog-proof rat trap. And I saw her chewing it and I ran over, I grabbed it. I was like, holy shit, Lucy. And I like took it, put it away, put it really high in the garage where she can't get it. But when I saw that black plastic thing, I knew immediately that's the insert that goes in that holds the rat poison. So there's what I caught her. And there's the trap under us is the tomcat, whatever. The super good dog-proof thing that Lucy magically opened. Anyway, so I flip it around. There is a brick of rat poison.
Oh, no.
That is now missing. So shit. I find
Lucy what she like at the point.
Dude, she's just chilling. I'm like, okay. But I look it up online. I call the vet. I say, yo, I think my dog ate a ton of rat poisoning. What do I do? Hold, please. Can you come in right now?
Oh my gosh.
Like, yes. Okay, come right now. Shit. So I pack up the rat thing in a plastic bag, grab Lucy, jump in the car. Dude, speed racer on the way. At one point, there was construction, and they were not letting me turn on the road where the vet was. So I straight went around the cones through a construction zone.
Damn, bro.
I was like, I don't care. Everyone here. And like, I went through a parking lot and shit. And then I went the back way to the vet. I was like, I don't care. Like some construction worker was like trying to help me. And stuff.
What is he going to do?
Sorry, I don't care. Anyway, we got her in. They took her blood. They made her pee. They did all these things. They induced vomiting. So they take a tiny bit of hydrogen peroxide, mix it with water, and they squirt it into the corner of the dog's mouth. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, dogs just like instantly barf.
Oh.
And so they're like, okay, she did have a little bit of black plastic in there. So she was chewing, but we didn't find any rat poison.
Okay.
So they took her blood and they're like, we're going to send this off to the lab. And I told them she could have eaten it 5 days ago. She could have eaten it this morning. Anyway, we got the result back today. I didn't tell anyone, but she's totally fine. But just to be precautious, they're giving her meds for like the next 30 days and we'll get her checked up in 21 days. But she's completely fine. So you can show a picture. This is her in the car afterward.
Just after she's thrown up.
They gave her something and they're like, she's going to be
like a sedative.
She's going to be pretty drowsy the rest of the day. Scroll down. You can see where they took the blood. Yeah. But yeah, she was loopy. And they're like, for the rest of the day, that was her the morning of. So we went on a run in the snow.
Dude, that is a lot of snow you got too.
Oh yeah. Like I live at the mouth of like I don't want to say where.
Your exact address.
Yeah. I live at.
Dox yourself.
Anyway, that was like literally the morning of. So it's like we went on a mile run.
Yeah.
And then anyway.
This picture's hilarious, bro. She hella faded.
Yeah. She was woozy. And it was like they were like, she's going to be pretty loopy for the rest of the day. We got home. She like curled up in a ball, went to sleep for like 4 minutes. And then she started like wanting to play tug of war. Then she was like, let's go. And I was like, gosh, damn you, Lucy. So anyway, sorry we missed stream yesterday.
Sorry, it was an emergency.
It was an emergency. And luckily everything's okay. So
Yep.
there's that. There's the Lucy thing.
Damn. That is pretty big.
Yeah.
Almost as big as, have you heard of Olive Garden?
I have heard of Olive Garden.
It's a pretty like local
It's a
restaurant,
local
right?
up and coming restaurant.
Yeah. Authentic
Gastropub.
Italian cuisine.
Yeah. Olive Garden has entered the digital landscape by releasing their own NFTs.
Oh my gosh.
That's corny.
And as of a few days ago, you can become a digital franchise owner. So you can own one of their actual franchises, physical or digitally.
The digital version.
I want to own some digital breadsticks and Parmesan, dude.
The funny part is, okay, so all the franchises sold out
Like nationwide. They're
nationwide.
done. Wow.
All of them. But they have breadsticks that you can mint for free.
You can mint breadsticks for free?
Digital breadsticks.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, wait.
And-
Why can't you do that?
Why what?
Why can you do that? Like, is there a finite number?
No.
You can make
Not
more
with Olive
breadsticks.
Garden.
Yeah, dude.
Because
unlimited
they're
breadsticks.
endless breadsticks, dude. So you can go on their site, get a breadstick, mint it as an NFT, and then do whatever you want with
Oh,
it.
Oh my gosh. Are we about to go get a
I think
breadstick right
so.
now?
I had the exact wallet needed to
Do
get one.
Polly's F with Olive Garden?
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, how do they know that it's endless breadsticks?
Yeah, dude. Anytime there's all you can eat food, Polly's are about it.
Do you know? Okay, do you know what I kind of imagine? You know the battle for Helm's Deep.
So it begins.
Sure.
I imagine like all you can eat places are like that, and then like the wave is Polynesian families.
I mean, Polly's did play the Urukai.
it's literally,
Dude, I hate when people try to tell me that Olive Garden isn't good food.
Well, here's the thing.
What?
It's not.
No, why? Tell me why, dog.
I don't know. I recently went to Olive Garden like a year ago, and I was like,
Recently, a year ago.
holy shit. Well, recently in relative to like the last time I had it was like 20 years ago.
Dude,
you
I
know?
haven't had Olive Garden in at least 10 to 15 years.
Try it out. Go try it out and just give it an honest shake. I was just like, I guess I was expecting more, is what I will say.
Dude, any place that gets me hyped to eat salad gets an A in my
Super
book,
salad?
dog.
Super
You want that super
salads.
salad?
It depends on how I'm feeling.
Hell yeah, I'll take the super salad.
It's a mood thing. Yeah, soup salad, unlimited breadsticks, dog. Come on.
I legitimately, when I was 12, like was like, yes, I would like to try the super salad. And the
Oh
lady
my
was like, no,
gosh.
soup or salad. And I was like,
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Super salad.
she was like, do you want super salad? I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll take a super salad.
Okay, I have a confession.
Damn, that's hilarious.
I was dumb. I think I was a dumb kid. No, what actually was happening is I think I was a decently intelligent kid, but I was like a little tistic or something. I don't know.
A little bit of the
I was
tiz.
pretty artistic.
Yeah, okay.
Because one time my dad, it was Saturdays, and in my house growing up, we did chores. Like we did a ton of chores when I was little.
Who the hell didn't do chores growing up?
A lot of
Like
these
you were special because you did
soft-ass bitches, dude.
chores.
Kids don't do chores anymore.
I don't know about
Dude,
that.
Dude,
yeah.
kids don't do chores anymore.
Did you not,
it's
how
kinda
often
true.
are you
It's
around
kinda
kids?
true,
How
actually.
often are any of you around kids?
brother do chores?
I think so. He shovels a driveway when it's snowing.
He
bro.
does shovel the driveway because that used to be my job.
Anyway, I don't think kids do chores really. But anyway,
I would say majority. You're
Saturdays were kind of hell. Because it was
right.
like,
Yeah,
you had to mow the
Saturday morning
lawn.
cartoons weren't a thing until you were done.
There you go. Anyway, so one time on Saturday, my dad was like, yo, okay, keep in mind I'm like 10, 11. My dad's like, yo, do y'all want to go to Mattress Land? And I'm like doing some shit in the other room, and I'm like,
We're trying to embezzle some.
no, wait.
furniture,
I'm like,
or-
Mattress Land? Like a land of mattresses? I was like, hold on, wait. And I was like, I do, because in my mind, I thought it was like a McDonald's play place made out of mattresses. My dad's like,
I mean, without any explanation, like, or further context, I could see where as a 10 or 11-year-old, that would make sense.
I got super excited, and I was like, I want to go to Mattress Land. I want to go to Mattress Land. I was like, please, please, please. And he's like, okay, like let's go to Mattress Land. And I was really
Good thing
sad.
there's 8 of them on our town. They're all on the same block.
Yeah. The rest of the day sucked ass. I was really sad. And my sister and my whole family still make fun of me to this day for being
That's
excited about
funny.
Mattress Land.
What does it have to do about Olive Garden?
Because I was a R word when I was little and thought there was a thing called super salad. Keep up.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not. No, I'm that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to keep talking about your NFTs?
Yeah, because not about that. Just Olive Garden. Because it's like, dude, we've said unlimited breadsticks. What other restaurant has unlimited?
Dude,
Besides all you can eat.
Fazoli's, bro.
What is Fazoli's?
It's another Italian restaurant.
Is that like that East Coast one?
I don't know if it's East Coast, but it was definitely in Kentucky.
But there's places that tout themselves as all you can, Red Robin.
Dude, yeah,
But
that's
they
like bitch level. Like,
Damn. Real anger out
you
of
get
his
like
levels.
5 French fries per serving.
Exactly. They give you like 10 fries and you ask for more and they wait an hour and they give you 3.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Olive Garden, they double down because they want you to stop eating breadsticks, so they'll give you 20 more. They're like, this better be enough, bitch.
Yeah.
Even the cheese, dog, like, you tell us when to stop.
No.
Yeah. We'll say no once.
Wrong.
Yeah. We'll say no once and then we'll keep going, dog.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like all you can eat sushi places, which like the idea of an all you can eat sushi place is kind of foul. Because it's like
The thing is, it's built on that, whereas Olive Garden has that as a
that's
side.
just built in.
Has a side.
Like you're already getting that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
mad Mexican spots where it's like you can get chips and salsa.
That's true. You get the unlimited chips and
Okay.
salsa.
See, it's the ethnic places. Italian, Mexican.
The really ethnic place. Yeah.
The really ethnic places.
Olive Garden.
Yeah, dude. Polly's
You're
love.
gross, dog.
What? Shut up, dog. It's feeding the masses with loaves. See,
the
that Jesus started
Whoa.
Olive Garden, dog.
Damn.
What's an Italian name? Federico. No, I don't know.
Amadio. You're
Mario
trying to think
Christ.
of- dude,
Yeah.
Mario Christ. Yeah, see, Jesus gets a whole book written about how he fed fed everybody
You sound bitter.
with loaves. While Olive Garden gets what, 3.8 on Yelp?
If that, bro.
Dude, yeah, they need a testament.
Okay, I'll go and try it out on my cheat day.
Yo, you know what's
Saturday.
absolute ass?
Ass.
What, dude?
Red Lobster.
Dude, their
but
cheddar biscuits
the
are
Cheddar
kinda
Bay
fire,
biscuits
bro.
are big fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's like who can't put bread and cheese together and it's not delicious? It's like, that shit's easy. It's like, all right.
Okay, you right.
Yeah.
But it's like the
If you
same
f- up
as
cheddar
like
biscuits, it's like, stop.
I've been to Red Lobster once, and it was only a few years ago. And we made our reservations because we called ahead and we're like, can we just walk in? They're like, no, we suggest reservations. I'm like, okay, I didn't know you guys were
it was
possible.
It's
that
popping like
popping.
that.
Yeah, dude.
And then we go in, it's like a Wednesday afternoon. Me and my family, they're visiting in town. This is while I was going to school.
We
And
need some authentic seafood.
yeah, my
in
parents were
Utah.
like, we traveled all the way here to Utah. Let's get some seafood. Coming from Hawaii.
Hey, I don't get it, but
Those-
I'm not judging.
those-
You know?
to each their own.
And we get to Red Lobster Wednesday, early afternoon. The place is packed. We had reservations and we waited for a half hour
What?
to get in. And I was like, dude,
Afternoon?
I've not heard one person in my entire life suggest, let's go to Red Lobster. Have you?
No.
I
Never.
personally have.
So-
but it was a strange like conversation and a
Interesting.
red flag that was not followed.
But I was just so surprised getting there that it was the opposite of like my reality. So
Are you okay?
I don't know, because like we both think Red Lobster shit except for the rolls, but I guess there's a lot of people in the woodwork coming out for it.
No, you know what's actually a really sad thing? And
What?
this is me. I'm a pretentious asshole. This is me being an ass. I'm an ass.
Okay,
You know what's really sad to see?
What?
When like 5 o'clock rolls around, every fast food place is packed. And I'm like, do you guys eat fast food all the time?
Do I?
Do people eat fast food all the time?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yes, I'm pretentious. I don't care. But I eat fast food like once a week, maybe.
Once a week?
Yeah, I make dinner every other day.
I'm gonna say probably 2 to 3 times max a week for me.
Yeah, and
Not
once a week is a
fast
lot
food.
for us.
me and my girlfriend probably eat out like almost every other day.
Oh, if we're talking
not-
like
not fast food. Like,
fast
we'll go to,
food,
like,
then that
nice-
would be way less.
Do you include like fast casual?
Yeah. So you're rich. Is that what you're saying? Damn,
Or
that's a lot of money.
or
yeah,
poor.
Yeah.
Or poor.
Anyway, I'm like, dude, because like McDonald's really be popping like
Dude, but
every
McDonald's
day.
is cheaper.
McDonald's
You could
is
get
McDonald's.
yeah.
Here, I think families go and they'll hit up the dollar menu for their kids. Quick, cheap, easy. feed all of them in one go.
Yeah, I guess.
Here's the
It's
thing:
like
I hit up the dollar menu and feed myself.
I get that, but
For
every day?
$10.
Okay, not
Feed
dude,
your kids.
Bro.
Feed 5 kids for $10.
That's pretty cheap.
Bro, like
Kraft.
that's pretty good.
Kraft mac and cheese.
I guess so. Kraft but
Oh,
like
it's true.
but it
It's
takes
when you
10
have
minutes.
yeah, exactly. When you have 5 kids and you don't have time and you're taking them to sports, soccer, music, band, all these things, and
I'm with
it's
you,
convenience.
but I can see it too.
I'm just saying, guys, it's gross. You're gross.
Wow, dude, that's pretentious.
That's chat.
bro.
I know that's you, bro. Every day, y'all are getting quesadillas and Big
Dude,
Macs and
they
shit.
won't even let you order quesadillas at Taco Bell anymore.
I don't even want to talk about it. It pisses me off so much.
Taco Bell successfully losing their fan base by eliminating the best items off their list. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they haven't come out with a line of NFTs.
I'm sure they will.
They're the perfect company to
Their
get into that
NFTs are going to be
landscape.
quesadillas, bro, and you can't still not buy them at the restaurant.
pissing me off. I hate it. Red Lobster, whatever. Stupid.
Do you have any other comments about Red Lobster?
No, I want to move on.
Very
I'm
heated.
angry.
Yeah.
He's getting
Very
angry
passionate.
about
I'm a Red
people
Lobster
eating
right
out,
now.
dude.
Yeah. Good hell.
Anything else?
No, what's this Baba Yaga shit?
Baba Vanga.
Oh, yeah. So Charles put up
Wasn't
a video.
I also didn't put up a video. It's an article.
Oh, no. It was Sean. Sorry about that. Baba Vanga predictions. It's an article. We're going to bring it up.
So it's a
Do you want to? Yeah, you introduce it.
Baba Vanga is a Bulgarian mystic, blind from birth, and 85% of her predictions have come true. She predicted 9/11. She predicted the tsunami.
Why didn't she warn anyone, dog?
Oh,
She-
she's a specific person. It's
She's
not
a
like
specific person.
it's not
Yeah,
a role in society.
No, it's a Uno lady.
Yeah. She predicted like some submarine, like a nuclear submarine, like sinking or something like that in Russia. And she has some predictions for like the end of the world too.
Perfect. Lighthearted. Let's look into this.
However, to our benefit, if we scroll through this article, to our benefit, she says the world's going to end in about 5000 AD.
Oof.
Oh, we're
Nice.
chilling.
We're
Hell
chilling.
yeah. I for a while have thought the world won't end for a long time. And then sometime last week, for whatever reason, I was like, no.
You flipped the script.
Something happened in my mind,
You're
and I was like, nah, it's happening in
You
like
me is wrong.
10 years.
Oh,
In 10 years.
Bro, if it doesn't happen in 10 years, I don't know, dog.
That lasted a day, but
so let's read it. Or is there any highlights or anything?
Scroll down to the highlights. Like that'll be at the bottom of the article. I kind of gave you some of her predictions that have already come true.
Okay.
dude, she was blinded as a girl. I wonder how. Like a tragic accident, probably.
Oh, maybe.
She
I s-
looks like the Oracle, dude.
okay.
You know,
I
like
could,
the-
yeah, I
the
could see that,
Matrix?
dude. Just minus the eyeballs.
Except the lady in the Matrix is young and had sight.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. So she
look
doesn't
like
look
you.
like.
She just doesn't.
So she's dubbed the Nostradamus of the Balkans.
Yeah, because
That's
like
sick.
Nostradamus had like a bunch of stuff come true, and she has too. And part of the argument is that like 85% of her predictions have come true.
Dude, titles back then were baller.
Nostradamus of the Balkans.
Yeah, well, I think Owen Wilson says it in like, is it Rush Hour? Not Rush Hour. Shanghai Nights.
Oh,
What's he say?
I can't
Oh,
remember.
All
yeah.
the Chinese people have like the coolest names, like Keeper of the Imperial Seal. Now our titles are like podcast host,
We
Or-
need to come up with some dope like titles for ourselves.
creative director, entrepreneur,
Ugh.
boss babe. Life and Death of a Blind Bulgarian Mystic.
Bam.
Damn, that's terrifying, dude.
Yeah, a little bit terrifying.
You know,
for
in
sure.
It, the new It,
Like
Yeah.
number 2 or 1?
the first one,
Okay.
the painting.
Oh, frick, dude. The like crooked looking mother effer.
Yep.
So it is. Is that what you just called her?
Yep.
Her lost her sight in a freak accident, born prematurely in 1911 in present day Macedonia.
I don't know a lot about Macedonia, but I just get like mystic vibes.
If you told me there was like dragons and shit walking around in Macedonia right now,
Yeah, I'd be
I
like,
I
oh,
would
yeah.
believe that, yeah.
I know.
yeah, probably.
She lost her mother at a young age.
Another example of why I
What's
was the R word when I was young. When Pokemon first came out, I was like in 3rd grade. Sean just spit water everywhere. When Pokemon first came out, I was like in 3rd grade, and my homie was like, bro, Pokemon are real. They're like in New York and stuff. And I was like, what the? I dead ass thought they were real for probably a year or something.
You'll travel far and wide.
I was like, an Eevee.
Searching
Eevee
far and
could be
wide.
real.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, but since we're looping back to other topics, and now we don't care about this Baba Vanga.
If you bring up
looking at these breadsticks, bro, doesn't it look like E. coli?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what?
Look at E. coli.
I've never met E. coli.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
Bro, all you can eat E. coli.
why
That's
did
what
you
I'm
saying Olive Garden is contagious, dog?
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get it.
Why not like Cheeto Puffs or something? Like rave Cheeto Puffs.
Oh yeah.
Techno Cheeto Puffs, dog.
All right, Baba Vanga. Everything changed when she was 12. According to her followers,
She had
she's
followers.
leading a cult while playing with her cousins. Heike thought that said succubus for whatever reason at first. Playing with her cousins, a tornado suddenly hit Vanga's village. It flung the 12-year-old into the air and deposited her in a nearby field. When her family finally found her, she had so much dust and dirt in her eyes that they were crusted shut. Dude, what such visceral language.
This is a
Crusted
Marvel
shut.
comic, dog.
I know, dude.
Bro, when I wake up in the morning and I have them crusties, I think that's bad. Like this bitch lost
This is
her
like
eyes.
pink eye, but like times
Yeah.
20.
She started to go blind slowly.
Hot pink
Strange
eye.
dreams and visions about the future. No, dead ass. Like she falls into this cataclysmic electronic storm and comes out blind.
Shit.
But
dude,
she sees everything.
I swear, if this is Disney just like promoting their new
I
adventures,
know. I'll be
Into
like,
the multiverse.
well played. Well played. I didn't see that coming. How many of Baba Vanga's predictions have come true? Let's get through this real quick. The Russian nuclear submarine called
Kursk.
sunk, killed all 118 sailors on board.
It'll say like on this article like what she actually said too. Horror, the American brethren will fall after being attacked by the steel birds.
Ooh.
oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. So that one's 9/11 right there. There's the tsunami. I can't see what it says. A huge wave
2004?
will cover a big coast covered with people and towns, and everything will disappear.
That's pretty middle
It's
of the road.
Okay, here's the thing about
Half the world has
mystics and
coastline.
psychics, though, is you could say a lot of stuff, and it could be applicable to a lot of things too.
Oh, she
but
passed?
85%
85%. 100%.
of the time, it
Concentrated
works.
power of will.
Okay, keep going. Let's get through this.
She made a number of other true claims as well, predicted that America's 44th president would be black. That's specific.
That is specific.
Did she say half black?
That's
Mm,
crazy.
I don't know if she said that, but if you scroll down to the bottom, it'll tell you like what her predictions of the end.
Yeah,
of the
let's see
world
what we got coming up.
She also claimed that Obama would be the last black president.
are. Okay, yeah. So we don't know. Could be sus.
Europe would cease to exist in 2017. Brexit said that the 94 World Cup would be between two countries that start with the letter B.
When it was Brazil and Italy, actually.
Biddly, bro.
Yeah, Italy. Predicted a nuclear war that would last from 2010 to 14.
Okay, well, she be
Okay.
Thankfully, never came.
Wait, so are we naming things that passed?
No, you scroll to the
Keep
bottom.
going.
Bottom.
The title of that was What Came True. Okay, predictions about the future. Why didn't they just combine that? Whether you believe it or not, she has more predictions for the future events up to 5,079.
Which is when the world
Like
is
the year
supposedly
of
gonna end.
5,079. Oh, okay, that's right. Predicted a virtual reality takeover.
In 2022 is when she predicted it.
Hmm.
So
it started.
NFTs for Olive Garden,
It started.
anybody?
Oh, Venga new, dude.
Water shortages, famine, and locusts in India.
Diseases that were frozen in Siberia.
That's
Another
the one that's
pandemic.
super like sus, bro. Because I have been reading articles recently that they're finding like bacteria in the ice.
Yep,
Bro, that's been on every
X-Files episode.
true.
like
The thing.
propaganda tabloid at the cashier, like forever and ever.
Yeah, true.
You know those
But like, here's the
crazy
thing: if you know MIB,
magazines.
That's where you get the real info.
You're right. 2066, she said the U.S. would use a climate-changing weapon on Muslim-controlled Rome. Bro.
These are some wild
In
predictions.
2100, we'll apparently start using a man-made sun. And
They already made that in China.
And by
but we'll start
the power of the
using
sun
it, dude.
in the palm of
2100.
my hands. And by 2130, humans will start living underwater thanks to helpful aliens. In parentheses.
Hey, but aliens
Thanks to
underwater
helpful
is becoming a thing, dude.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
It's been a thing.
Vanga also predicted that everything on Earth will die in 3797, though fortunately, humans should have interstellar technology by then.
Yeah, if we don't by then, that would be lame.
Blanket predictions about world powers and leaders. In 79, she said, all will thaw as if ice. Only one remain untouched. Vladimir's glory of Russia. And a possible shout out to Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Alluded to World War III, saying Russia will not only survive, it will dominate the world.
All right. This is sad. Next.
Anyways, I just
hope
came
Venga's
across
wrong.
this article. Well, she is wrong 15% of the time. So
Crazy.
maybe 15% of those are going to be wrong. And the ones that are right are the ones in 30,000 and 50,000 or whatever.
Man, hopefully. There are some interesting stories of like predictions and stuff I've come across. We should cover them sometime.
Predictions?
Yeah. Things coming true. And psychics used to like locate children and stuff.
Oh, dude.
There's some well documented cases.
Yeah. Or
Very
like
interesting.
remote viewing and stuff like that.
Very interesting.
No. So do we hope they come true?
No.
Or no?
I hope she don't.
I hope it doesn't come
Yeah,
true.
me neither.
Okay.
I hope it comes true.
We've spoken.
Like Obama being the last black president.
Oh, okay.
We need all the white people to take the power so they take all the blame. That's why.
Oh,
This
my
guy-
God.
This guy blindsided y'all, dog.
I would like to point out DeeJay is not white. For those just listening.
I triple got you. The blindsided. Okay. How y'all feeling?
Let's talk to chat. Throw them up on the screen. I want to see their pretty faces.
Yeah, what you got to say?
Did they say anything funny or cool?
No,
Doubt it.
probably not.
Let's just bully chat. Be mean.
I got all the E. coli I want in my mini fridge.
Yeah, you do.
We need more people of color to become president.
Dude, who's throwing up Gengar? See, I legit thought Gengar was running around.
Oh, what the?
Who else? Bard of the Seven Peaks. That's pretty funny, but only a Utah joke.
Yeah, topical. Too topical.
She got blinded the same way Daredevil did. Is that how Daredevil got blinded?
A tornado? I don't recall, dude.
Tornado.
I haven't seen any of it.
Or a Vornado?
I wish I was cool. Okay, well, you are. Chill.
My Mexican pride doesn't allow me to eat Taco Bell.
For real. Damn. You need to live Moss. That's sad. You're holding yourself back.
Yeah, yo
But
quiero
are
Taco
they,
Bell,
though,
my guy.
if they can't get a quesarito, like, for real?
Stop. You keep hurting me.
I'm
No.
hurt too, dog.
I actually had this discussion today. It's like when I think Taco Bell, I don't think it's Mexican food. I just think it's delicious
It's just
trash.
Taco Bell,
yeah, that I
yeah.
like to eat.
True.
So I think you're allowed to. I give you permission.
It's just like Olive Garden, dog.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not good food, but it's good food.
You have homework. You have to go eat Olive Garden.
Yeah,
Sometime.
I'll go and eat Olive Garden.
Give
or
us your honest.
something.
Do you have a recommendation, DeeJay?
Besides the
Dude,
unlimited
I
breadsticks
would suggest
and the super salad.
You're so excited right now.
I would suggest the chicken and shrimp carbonara.
chicken scrimp carbonara.
Little surf and turf.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It has some beautiful roasted red peppers.
Okay.
It's just it's a great, well-rounded dish.
Okay.
My wife and I made homemade carbonara the other day, and bro, it was ass.
Big trash. See,
Terrible.
that's why you gotta go.
I was
That's
like-
why you gotta go to the
I
garden,
thought
dog.
that was going somewhere else.
I thought it was gonna be so good, and like 3 or 4 bites in, we're both quiet, and we're just like, and then MJ, my wife, just is like pushes the bowl away. She's like, "This sucks," and I was like, "Damn, man, we tried so hard."
When you're there, you're not family.
When you're there, leave.
Yeah.
When you're there, don't be.
Cool. All right, should we get into stories?
Yes, sir.
All right. Guys, this is a Scary Stories podcast as well. So we also tell scary stories. And to see in what order we tell them, we roll a 20-sided die to determine what order those stories are. Highest number goes first. The roll. Sean. Oh, did we tie again?
No, I got a 20. You got a 19, bro.
He's calling you blind, dog. He's calling you blind. He's saying you
Bubba Vanga over there.
Dude, it's
What
in
num-
the shade, bro.
what number's
it's
that
in
be?
the shade, dog.
What numbers that be? Predict what you're gonna roll, dog. I got a 5.
can't see me. Oh, so the order is Sean, me, and DJ. Cool. Sean, do you need any time to review?
Negative, but we should light our fire again.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I recently heard about something that was pretty intriguing. So I'm going to intro it first by telling you we love stories that have closure. Like we know what happens.
Yes.
But this isn't gonna be
This
one
is
of
not
them.
one of them.
I knew it, dog. Can't fool me.
Okay, so you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. Lots of things go missing. If you are deep enough into the triangle lore, you've heard of Alaska Triangle.
Dude, yeah,
There's triangles all over the place.
there really are.
This one is called the Bennington Triangle.
Have you heard that the Bermuda Triangle is moving?
Bermuda.
I have
DJ makes fun of people,
not.
how people talk. Went to speech class.
I earned
You should
it,
be like the number
dog.
one.
Dog, I earned
It's
it.
like me
Not for
clowning people for being
fantastic.
short.
I graduated from that shit.
Like, you tiny short person. It's like, okay.
No, I'm past that. I had my growth spurt.
Anyway, the Bermuda Triangle apparently is shifting. It's moving.
Damn.
Have you
bro.
heard that?
No, dude.
There's like a huge thing where people are documenting it.
what?
Really?
Where are people disappearing
Bro,
from now?
It's
Yeah, tell me
shifting
more.
to over
the land?
Florida.
Oh, frick, dude.
And everyone's like, that makes a lot of sense.
Dude, remember that fool who killed his girlfriend? Sorry, am I allowed to say the K word on
Yeah.
Twitch?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Just not
He disappeared.
TikTok.
He killed it, you know.
He killed it, dude.
You killed that dog.
Dude, I don't even know what words I can and
Killed
can't
that
say
person.
anymore, bro.
What about him though? That's it.
Dude, laundry went missing, bro.
Oh,
In
I
Florida.
see. In Florida.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the connect. What if the Bermuda Triangle is just a giant planchette,
Oh, frick!
and it's just we're getting a message? Because where was it first? Bermuda,
Someone needs to
Florida?
move it to
B
bye.
F
Be
boyfriend.
Dude,
What's next?
we're discovering things right now.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. That's
3 a.m.
crazy.
discovers.
Bro, tell us about this new triangle that
Okay,
you
this
found.
new triangle, bring it up for people to see. This
Yes,
is
sir.
the Bennington Triangle,
Oh, Mass.
which
Syracuse.
is in Vermont, of all places. So,
Shout out our homie
Andrew Lovell.
Andrew Lavelle.
Yeah,
who
what
just
up?
doxed him.
so basically, a little bit of background here. This area, and take this with a grain of salt because I feel like I hear this a lot, is this area, the Native Americans said that it was cursed. And did you ever see Parks and Rec where the one guy was like, okay, all we have to do is say the place is cursed, and,
Yeah.
or the wind blew a certain way, and
The chief of the
white people will be like, oh no.
chief of the Wamapoke.
Yeah, exactly. So they said the place is cursed. They won't go into this place unless they're burying people, and that's it. And there's rumors of wild men that live in the area. So
Why would you bury people there?
I don't know. Maybe it was like a sacred, like cursed place. I don't know. Shit. I'm the white man here.
Yeah, why am I asking you, dog?
Why? Why? How?
How?
When go away.
When go away.
Okay. So a little bit of background. White people decide, yo, we're going in there. They build a town.
Hold on. We're not allowed in there?
We're going in there.
Yeah, let me manifest some destiny in that triangle.
So they go in there and they basically build a town just in the middle of this place.
Defiance, dude.
Damn, dog.
They're like, oh, we don't give
Bunch
any
of
Fs.
Kyles.
And the town is called, hang on one sec. It's Glastonbury is what it's called. It's up in these mountains, and this is just kind of the area as it is now, if you want to bring this picture up. But it's honestly, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty.
Yeah. And the main economy of this place is timber and coal. Now, the timber part is not super sustainable after they cut it all down. They're like, yo, now what do we do?
Yeah.
So they decide to turn it into a tourist destination. My next picture is one of the buildings that still remains to this day. So they turned this into a touristy area. However, one of the downsides of over lumbering is erosion.
No trees.
No trees. So the next fall, rain comes and the floods come up and everything comes down. The road comes down, the bridge up into these mountains comes down. So basically, all of their tourism is SOL now.
Dude, they effed themselves.
They effed themselves royally.
It's crazy. I wish someone would have warned them, you know?
Like maybe that the area is cursed or something. So, this place,
y'all funny like
ever
that, Sean.
since, has remained cursed and has been the location of mysterious disappearances and other unexplainable phenomena. Anywhere from UFOs, Bigfoots, missing 411. You got the whole, if you could just like take everything paranormal and mix it into a little like, do you have a question?
Yeah. I'm going to be an asshole again.
Okay.
I get annoyed. I don't like it when places just have everything. That's like my number one thing with Skinwalker Ranch. It's like, what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch? Well, they have aliens, skinwalkers, Bigfoot, orbs,
werewolves,
everything,
vampires,
worms, yeah.
lions, tigers, bears. Oh my!
Yeah, saber teeth. They have X-Men.
Yeah.
Charles
Avengers.
Xavier over there.
So it's like, just choose one, dude.
Okay, here's my 2 cents on that specifically. Is I think that people tend to overreact to maybe a smaller thing going on, and it gets blown out of proportion to UFOs or Bigfoots or whatever the heck it actually is. Everyone just comes up with their own story and it becomes an urban legend, and
It just all gets thrown in.
yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, so this is,
And I'm
this
not
is
wrong.
allegedly happening in this area.
This
all
is
these things.
allegedly happening in the area. However, the train of disappearances in this area is very real. So, starting in the 1940s, there was a span of disappearances. The first being Carol Herrick. And he was out hunting with a friend. They did become separated in this hunting trip, and that's not to be unexpected, but they had set up a rendezvous point. Now, when Carol did not show up to that rendezvous point, shortly after, his friend reported it, and they get a search party together.
Carol or Carl?
I may have put a typo in here, dude. It might be
Sorry,
Carl.
I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm looking, see if I can find a picture.
Anyways, they get the search party going out, and they, after a certain amount of time, I don't know the exact amount of time for this person here, they find him. His body is laying in an opening in the forest. His gun is propped up against a tree about 100 feet away from him. Now, there are large footprints all around the area, and the authorities assumed it was just a bear attack. However,
did he have like wounds or?
There was no evidence of a bear attack, like a mauling or anything like that. In fact, after an autopsy, it was determined he was squeezed to death.
Holy
shit, that's terrifying.
And like the determining factors were broken rib bones. Like someone had just like picked him up and squeezed him to death and left him there.
That is the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. God damn it.
Maybe it was a bear hug.
Dude, you're probably right. I seen that bear hug in The Revenant.
Yeah. Oh, that struggle cuddle.
So, one squeezing to death. They did find the body.
Dude, toothpaste.
Number two, Mitty Rivers, a 74-year-old hunting guide, took a group of 4 other hunters out in this area. And the strange thing, too, is there are a grouping of different types of people that fall in this demographics that go missing. 2 hunters so far.
And they're supposed to be the most capable.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the ones who know what they're doing out there. So he goes gets separated from the group. And after they meet up at the rendezvous point, Mitty, their guide, is not there. So they send out a search party and they search for weeks and don't find him or his gun or anything except for one shotgun shell by like a stream. And that's it. So very,
Mitty.
very gone. Now, the most notorious of the
Big
disappearances is the picture I have pulled up here for you. This is Paula Weldon. Now, she was last seen on December 1st, 1946. She went out hiking on the Long Trail wearing a bright red jacket. The following Monday, when she did not show up for her classes at Bennington College, a search party was sent out. Her parents were very wealthy in the area, and they even put up a $5,000 reward in the 1940s for any information that could be found about where she had gone. There was a couple that came forward saying that they had seen her out hiking and that they had seen her way up on the trail ahead of them. This is in December, so really all you have is like the evergreen trees, so there's not too much blocking your view. She went around one corner and they never saw her again. She just disappeared. Now, there was a massive search party sent out. They never found anything. And it's considered a cold case to this day.
Weldon.
Paula Weldon.
Well then.
Now, 3 years later is one of the strangest incidents, in my opinion. Going through this triangle on a bus, a 68-year-old man named James Tedford is riding on the bus, going from somewhere to Bennington. Now, witnesses say they saw him get on the bus and he sat somewhere in the back. However, when they arrived in Bennington, he was not on the bus. His luggage still was and his ticket still was, but he had disappeared.
That's pretty freaky.
Bro, I don't like that. With witnesses around and everything. So, yeah, I made the papers on that one. Missing after boarding bus in St. Albans, headed towards Bennington.
Anyway, he could have like jumped out the window.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
That's weird.
It's definitely weird. I feel like if someone was jumping out the window too, like it would be noticeable. So, very, very suspicious. Then again, in 1950, an 8-year-old boy named Paul Jepson, last seen playing in the family pickup truck while his parents were tending to the pigs that they were caretakers for in the area. He was last seen wearing a bright red jacket.
I knew you were going to say red jacket. That was weird.
A search party was sent out. There were bloodhounds involved. They did pick up the scent, and it led them to a crossroads nearby and then disappeared. So there were theories that maybe it was an abduction. There was also theories that maybe it was the parents that had done something and fed him to the pigs.
Oh,
So super heavy, but the fact that his scent took off in another direction kind of clears them a little bit. And this crossroads was very near where Paula had gone missing as well. So some also suggested that it was the lure of the mountains, which for the days leading up to his disappearance, Paul could not stop talking about. This eight-year-old boy would always just be talking about the call of the mountain, where he needed to go to the mountains.
weird.
And he disappeared in them. Okay. Only a few weeks later, Frida Langer, a 53-year-old woman in good health, went out camping with her husband and cousin. Now, husband, he on a hike sprained his ankle, so the next day was just chilling at camp. Frida and her cousin head out on a hike on their own. About a half a mile from the camp, they're crossing like a stream. Frida falls in, gets out, and she's just completely soaked. It is later in the year. It's cold, so if she doesn't go and change, she's gonna
Frida.
freeze. So she decides, she tells her cousin she's going back to the camp. And it's only a half a mile away, so they're not too concerned about it. However, she never turned up at camp. Neither the husband nor cousin saw her again. There was a huge search party that was sent out, including helicopters from the Connecticut Coast Guard and military personnel from Massachusetts. And for 6 months, they found nothing. And then one day, in an area around Somerset Reservoir in this triangle, an area that had been searched thoroughly several times, her body turns up. And
That's very missing 411.
And it was in a state of decomposition that they could not determine the cause of death. It being close to the reservoir, whoever was in charge was just like, oh, she drowned. That was their determining cause of death. However, that doesn't explain how she got there after the search party, had been there multiple times, or how it got out of the reservoir in the first place. So
But if she was alive until that point, and then when she got close to civilization, she just dropped dead.
oh, frick, dude.
Sad.
I never thought about that, but there's a lot of different possibilities of things that it could be. Somerset Reservoir does come up once again in 2019, where the jawbone of a missing New York woman turned up near this reservoir. It was found where somebody was hiking or something. And it was a missing persons case that had gone unsolved for a while. This woman's name, her nickname she went by, was Red. So there's a lot of theories that kind of revolve around the possibility of potentially some missing 411, some glitches in the matrix. There's
Serial killer?
Serial killer is a big one.
That's what my gut is telling me.
Because a lot of these disappearances happened between 1940 to 1950, outside of the missing New York woman and the dude who had been squeezed to death.
Oh, that one is not fun.
So there's a lot of other mysterious stuff going on and around the area. I think that the couple that aren't explained by maybe a serial killer are Homie on the Bus.
Yeah, what?
And
The Magic School Bus, dude.
to the Magic School Bus. Or the one later in 2019, or the squeezed person. Those ones don't fit that category.
No.
According to reports, the only commonality between like the people outside of location was the time of day, where they all went missing between the hours of 3 and 4 p.m. And the time of year, all October to December, and red.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is an unsolved mystery.
Red flag.
What is with the red, though?
I don't know.
The red-
the red jackets.
It's just an odd.
The red coats are not coming.
The red coats are disappearing.
Weird, dude. What if it's just like a brolic serial killer who squeezed that guy?
Define brolic?
Just massive.
Yoked. Just built different.
That would explain
Like Broly.
Yeah.
that would explain the big footprints. Probably had like a size 14, and they're like, these have to be big.
Like some Wreck-It Ralph type dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna wreck it.
Wreck me, Ralph.
Whoa.
Dude, any area that just attracts like activity is odd to me.
Yeah,
My first thought is like a serial killer or a person
that's what my
being
first
responsible
thought was
for it. And just like being weirdly lucky that he hasn't like got caught, you know?
Yeah. I mean, out in this area, the forest too, it's been described as such thick forest that it silences the air around you, almost like the forest in Japan, where people go and
Do the thing.
do the thing,
Unalive themselves.
unalive themselves.
That's the term we have to use. No.
The unalive forest.
DJ, did you pull up anything relevant?
Not really. I just have the wiki open.
I was going to say there's probably more cases that I didn't even hear about. I know there's more information that I'm not even sharing because it's like hard to connect like all of the dots.
Yeah.
There's things that have been considered UFO like in the area.
Is there any? I bet there's a military base
It's possible,
around.
but the Massachusetts military is what had to come in and help with the search
Interesting.
because there was no like there was
Cover up.
dude. It's like that story in what the Smoky
missing
Mountains.
411? Oh, wait.
Gatlinburg or whatever, the missing 411 you told
With the
in
kid?
Tennessee. Yeah, where military comes in.
Yeah. Like every branch of military pulled up and they were all like not working together.
Yeah,
Yeah. Weird. I would look into, is there military around or is there cave systems
cave
around?
systems. Yeah,
Looking at a lot of these happen at a specific time. Most of them. like in the mid 40s to mid to late 40s.
That's what I was saying. Between like the 40s and 50s, early 50s,
like a serial killer seems more
likely
Because
to
it was
me.
like a concentrated time and location.
Yeah, and it fell off after then. Became a lot more sporadic. But the last one was 2019. You said
2019 was where
Gogurt guy.
Gogurt. I think it was like a woman, dude. A missing New York woman.
Not the squeeze boy.
Oh,
No. That was 1940, dude. It's Gogurt.
Oh, okay. Sorry, someone in the comments said Gogurt, so I got to shout them out.
Nice.
And then before 2019,
Before 2019, I don't have anything between 50 and 2019. So
sounds like
it could be almost a copycat at that point.
Yeah, sounds like something or someone.
Ooh, something fishy's going on, dude.
It does. The only ones that doesn't explain is the bus guy.
Do you know what we should make? A map of like, don't go here. Like you should have a map of the world and we should mark out all the triangles, like all the cursed spots. Be like, don't travel here or do. Like, it's up to you.
Do that at your own risk.
There was that it was a pretty interesting show, documentary series on Netflix, Dark Tourism.
Dude, I love that show.
That was a fun show. Yeah, but he would go to all these places in the world that were
haunted or like macabre or
like
he would do just crazy weird tourism stuff.
Yeah, just crazy places that people would never go. Like there's this part in Mexico where a lot of people try to escape across the border to get to the States, and there is like a tour there that reenacts you escaping, and you spend all night. This is like
with a coyote and stuff. That's what they call the guide who
really
takes you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, with a coyote to help you escape across the border.
Crazy.
And at the very end, they have people chasing you with guns and jeeps.
That is a wild tourism.
They catch you.
That's a Get Out Games or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
it's an escape room.
It's a crazy documentary. You should check it out if you haven't seen it.
Does he go to Fukushima in Japan?
The
unalive forest?
No,
he goes to a place that's radioactive.
Is that in Russia? What's that place called?
I know the place he went was
Chernobyl.
He's been there.
The place he went was in Japan.
Yes, Fukushima was the radioactive one. Sorry, I'm just catching up.
Yeah,
but yeah, it has like crazy high amounts of radiation, more than Chernobyl. Yeah, they went there. They were on the bus,
and they're like watching their Geiger counters, like,
and before they even get to where they usually go, like it's everybody's meters are spiking,
and they're like starting to freak out.
Oh, we can't go. Let's turn around. But I think he continues or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember what happens.
And then he visits like a school that is in a community nearby that's been affected for decades by the radiation. That's really sad.
Oh,
yeah. Look, there's definitely some really sad parts to the show, but it's definitely interesting. Like,
and that's dark tourism.
Dark tourism.
Yeah, he goes to like Peru or whatever country that is in South America, where to become a man, they put their hands in those like
fire
gloves with the fire ants. Crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
The Wild Boys, Steve-O and Chris Pontius did that.
They do that?
Hilarious.
Dude, he even went to like, I think it's Cambodia, where you can like shoot a cow.
Yeah.
And he couldn't like bring himself to do it.
Yeah.
But like it was a full on like option.
I'm not with that. I don't want to do that.
That seems a little like wild.
Yeah. Dark tourism on Netflix.
Random side note.
Yeah.
In Chernobyl, I've heard that there's radioactive wolves.
You know where I saw that? And you know where you saw that?
Where?
Is Vice.
Oh, what?
And they have to like hunt them.
Yeah.
Just sounds
that was like old Vice
when
they were starting out and they were good. Their documentaries were like radioactive wolves, hunting radioactive wolves in Chernobyl.
Crazy.
Or like Liberian cannibal warlords.
Oh, yeah. Dude, when Vice was good.
But I just remember an episode of River Monsters where he goes fishing for like some mutant fish by Chernobyl.
I've read a title of an article, so I did not read any of the article. And it basically said they had to stop doing River Monsters.
I saw the same title, dude.
So they, the show River Monsters, where the guy finds crazy river monsters
and like catches them.
Is that the one with the family?
No, it's just like
this just random dude.
It's this dude. He travels the world and he captures like crazy fish, giant salamanders, huge groupers.
Where they stick their hand in?
Well, he does like everything.
Too, but he's done everything.
Just the whole gamut of
But they had to stop the show.
Why?
Because he's caught every like
Wild,
interesting
crazy
fish.
river monster
He's so good at what he does.
That
He's
we
like,
know of.
He's caught
that
everything.
we know of. He's
Yeah,
got to
okay.
move to the ocean.
That's like Coyote
It's ocean
Peterson, dude.
monsters. Oh yeah,
Coyote
dude.
Peterson, the dude who gets willingly gets bitten and stung by every like venomous
on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't
insect
know
or
about
whatever.
that dog.
Yeah. That fool's going to unlock a weird superpower. Sean, crazy story.
It was definitely way more fun for me to research
Yeah.
than last week's story.
If anyone knows anything about the area, I saw some people in chat. They're like, "Oh, I'm from like right there."
Interesting.
Hit us up in the DMs.
Yeah,
let us know some more information. Just yet another place to not visit.
Or
To
to
visit.
visit.
You're
Let's
right.
go.
All right,
That's it for me tonight, though.
Thanks, Shawnee.
Gang, thanks, Shawnee boy.
Let's chat with chat. Throw them up on the screen. I want to see their pretty faces. Hi, chat. Hi.
So is Ismay said Bennington, Vermont is my ex's hometown.
Oh.
Definitely cursed. There's a lot of drug use and drifters in that area. It would be the perfect breeding ground for a serial killer.
Damn.
How terrible of you to equate drifters to serial killers.
Yeah, very judgmental.
Just assume their serial traits.
Brittany said there's one army base an hour north of East Glastonbury and one abandoned creepy Air Force base 3 hours north.
So it's like close, but like an hour in Vermont is like far for people there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like here, 3 hours to St. George. We're like, no, that's not bad.
Someone said In-N-Out or Five Guys.
I
In-N-Out.
F's with In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
But I
Five
also
Guys fries
like
are
Five
better.
Guys.
I like In-N-Out's fries, but Five Guys fries are better.
Someone says, "Oh, dude, cursed life. I get sick every time with a fever when I eat Taco Bell." Bro,
Damn, bro, that is
that's a curse.
no bueno.
Man.
God is not pleased with you.
Diablo level fevers.
Yeah.
We need a chain restaurant bracket.
Ooh,
I could go for that.
okay,
I
yeah.
could go for that. I'm starving right now.
Dude,
I
I'm
know.
so hungry right now, too.
Yeah, we all had like 2 slices of pizza.
Okay, anything else?
Dude, your fire is huge, like 8 inches. Drake the type of dude to take a group picture and then say, "Okay, guys, time for a silly one." I seen one that was Drake the type of guy that closed a car door with the hip.
Hey, we all been there.
Bro, I also heard this on TikTok, so it could be inaccurate, but that dudes will always get into the car butt first and
saw that.
girls will get in head first.
Yeah, we need to do
Is
some
this
research.
accurate?
Get into what?
Get into their car head first.
So girls get into cars head first, guys get in butt first.
And then, like, since I saw that, legitimately, I've only been doing it, like,
I
getting
get
in
in
butt
feet
first. I mean, yeah, feet first, but, like,
Is that
out of
considered
the butt
family?
head, the butt head, like, butts first.
Okay. I
Feet
suppose.
first?
Yeah,
like the one leg in?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you like jump in?
Yeah, that goes sideways.
Yeah.
He comes in the passenger door.
You roll the window down and then jump in that way. What was I gonna say? Oh, only within the last year, I thrifted a jacket that was like a woman's jacket, and the buttons are on the other side.
Oh, did that throw you off,
Or
dude?
zippers. I have a jacket, my zipper's on the left side. And I'm always like, what the f-?
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about like pant zippers.
No.
I was like, your zippers come apart with your pants. Imagine trying to do that every time, trying to clip it.
Oh,
But yeah,
gosh.
the buttons, weird. Cars, getting the cars, also weird.
Okay. Remember when we were in Hawaii the first trip and I found this dope ass jacket, dude, and I was like checking it out and I brought it up to the lady and she's like, this is a woman's. And I was like, yeah, totally. Like I took it away. Do you remember that? I was like, yeah, I didn't want it.
I don't.
Yeah, because I don't see sex, dude. Cool. Sean, is that you?
That's me.
Chat, I appreciate you. We have to put you away for a bit because it's time for me to get into my stories. All right. Quick thing. So for my story tonight, it's more of just like an update.
Update.
Not so much a full-on story. Because I believe Sean arguably shared the scariest story we've ever shared on this podcast, for me at least, which was Jay's journal last week. And we've had quite a bit of people react to this story.
It was terrifying.
So here, I'm just going to read you a couple of the notes we had. These are few of many.
Okay.
So we got a note from one of our patrons, Alex M, fervently saying, "Hey, I just listened to the last episode. Sean sounds shaken. Is he okay?" So Sean, the viewers want to know, are you okay?
For the viewers, I'm okay.
Okay. You're okay.
I think so.
Carol W. And we've talked about this before, like DeeJay, you've talked about it. You know people who, when you bring up Jay's journal, like even at work,
They'll be like, no, let's not talk
people are like,
about
stop. I don't want to hear that.
that. Yeah.
It's something like people are legitimately afraid about if they know of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's so hush hush. Not a lot of people know about it. It's like almost died off, and here we are, just like
It's kind of like I would say the skinwalkers topic, like in the culture of like Native American.
They don't really
They
share
don't
it.
want to talk about it.
Yeah, PG people don't really want to talk, and PG is Pleasant Grove, Utah,
Where the story happened.
Yeah. So even like DJ's brought it up, and his girlfriend's dad was like, "Stop,
Yeah.
no more." So Carol W on Instagram said, "I just listened to episode 126, Jay's Journal. Shudder. I so vividly remember in 9th grade in English, I had the coolest English teacher who loved spooky stuff, would share fun, scary stories. One day she told us about Jay's journal and how she decided to read it.
Oh my God.
So while she was reading it, she would read it for a while. Then she would have to put it down for a day, sometimes even up to a week. And then she would start reading it again. Finally, one night she was reading in bed. She felt so completely scared that there was definitely a demonic presence associated in the story that she just chucked the book as far away from her as she could. She threw it in the garbage the next day. I remember how viscerally I felt her story, and it was so obvious how badly it spooked her."
That's so wild.
Yes.
Like me thinking about, because I like binged this book, like in a weekend, finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
But also like tried not to listen at home by myself.
Just to like keep it here?
Deej was gone.
Oh.
Deej and Mal were down in southern Utah. I was the only one home. And so I like would drive around. I legitimately went and drove like and sat in a church parking lot and listened for like a half hour.
Damn, bro. Like coming from you, I think most of our viewers will understand that's big, but like me as your friend hearing that, I'm like, dude, that's unheard of. That's like new untouched ground.
Sean scared. Yeah, that's
It's odd thing to hear.
So that makes sense. That comment makes sense to me.
Yeah. Someone, I can't remember who messaged us. Sorry, I'm not shouting you out. I showed DeeJay at work, but they were like, I remember hearing about Jay's journal in Pleasant Grove. They went to the library and they asked for Jay's journal. And the librarian said, "We do not carry that book. It's a bad omen."
Whoa.
Yeah. Remember I showed you? Sorry, I can't remember who it was who said that.
Someone at work was just talking about that.
Yeah. Another listener and friend, John, sent in a short note.
What's up, John?
He said, "I listened to Jay's Journals pod. I spend 8 to 12 hours a day on the computer, so I get headaches and migraines a lot." So he's just listening to the podcast. He said it was terrifying. While he was listening to your episode and your story, he said several times, "My Apple Watch asked me if I was working out."
Oh, shit.
Because I think his heart rate was going so hard. It's like, "Do you want to record this cardio workout?"
I can relate.
He said, especially it happened when you said, do you remember the part? If you haven't listened, spoiler alert, you need to go back and listen to Jay's Journal right now. So sorry for the one person in chat who asked. But there's a part where Jay's awake in his room and the shadow at the foot of his bed looks at him and says, "I am one of the third of the host of heaven." So John said specifically when you said that, that's when his Apple Watch went off and it was like, "Yo, you running?" He said, "While I was listening, my right temple started twitching."
Damn, bro. Damn.
And then he said, I can't fully remember. I think you mentioned Indian burial grounds, but there was a number of Native American massacres in Pleasant Grove.
Really?
And then he sent a link. So I think I'm going to shoot you that link and maybe you can do some research on it.
Yeah,
Maybe we can
that's
save that for a Utah episode.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
But there's that. Lastly, with the whole updating from Jay's Journal, listening to that story, I knew for a fact it was going to be an issue for our editor and my sister Britney to edit, because she said there's one topic that she doesn't like or F with, and that's demonic possession.
I'm really sorry that I've hit more of those stories than...
Sean's like, how do I mess with Britney?
How do I get her?
Yeah. So if you listen back, I'll warn her. I'll be like, yo, I will edit this because I don't think you should edit this. So day after we recorded, I called her. I'm walking Lucy near my home. And I'm like, Brittany, I don't think you should edit this. Like, I think I should take this one. And she's like, no, like, I've gotten so much better. I'm pretty desensitized, honestly. Like, we're good. I got this. And I was like, all right. Just let me know if you need me to tap in. She's like, no, I'm good. We're good. Publish the episode. She sends it to me and she goes, I need to talk to you as soon as I can. And I was like, oh gosh. So we published the episode. Once again, I make a lot of calls when I walk Lucy. So I'm walking Lucy. I call her and she's like, okay, I'm going to start by saying me and Brittany share the same sentiment on this. I usually hate when people share me their scary dreams. And she even said that. She's like, I know we hate scary dreams, but. So she said she edits and Brittany lives on a farm in California, 40 acres. It feels secluded. It's out in the country, right? I haven't fully talked about it, but she's like, something's in this house. She doesn't feel like it's bad. She just always feels like something's moving around in the house. There might even be history. Like, I think a part of her house had burnt down at one point and they like rebuilt part. It's like an old farmhouse, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So she's editing in her room. And she said, the second you said a third of the host of heaven, her entire body is just chills. And she's like, I had to take a break. And then she had to go back to it, finished it, turns it off. She was like, I felt dark. I felt nervous. I felt scared. And her husband's a farmer. So he goes to bed at like 8 and she finishes at like 9, 10, you know?
Yeah.
So she's like essentially alone. Goes to bed and is like, dude, just put on something nice and go to sleep. Finally falls asleep. While she's sleeping, she starts having a dream. She's in a large building. It's a party of people. She's in the party. She's looking around. Everyone's pretending to be happy, or not pretending, but like everyone's acting happy. Something's off. She starts feeling really uncomfortable, dark. She starts getting dizzy, sick, nauseous. She has to leave the party. So she walks out of the party, and behind the party, it's like on the shore of an ocean. There's a dock. She walks out to the end of the dock, stares out at the ocean.
Wait, she leaves the party. Outside of it, there's a dock that goes to the ocean.
Yep. She's standing like near the end of the dock looking out at the ocean. She said as she's standing there, she kind of is like semi-aware that it's a dream. Almost lucid.
Okay.
And she's sitting there and she said something weird happened and she felt weird. She said it felt like all of a sudden a mirror was placed in front of her. And she all of a sudden was like looking at herself. So she could like see herself. And then she started getting further from herself. And then she realized, I've left my body. So instantly she starts screaming, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Boom, she wakes up. Back in her room, dark room, back in California, she's home. And as she's laying there in bed, it's feeling pretty dark in the room. And she hears a voice and it says, don't get on TikTok.
Gets on TikTok.
Next gets on TikTok. She said she opened the app, she looked at it, saw the first one, and swiped. She didn't even watch the first one. And this is the TikTok she sees. There's a link at the top.
Oh, frick.
This is the first TikTok she sees. Think
She
about
swiped up.
what
She
just
didn't
happened.
watch the first one.
Thank you, sir.
Bro, I've seen this one, but didn't watch it.
Because it feels weird, right?
Well, like 2 seconds in, I was like, and swiped up.
Okay. So keep in mind what just happened in her dream. And
Okay.
and she was like, don't get on TikTok. This is the first TikTok that popped up.
Don't try this unless.
Okay, pause. He goes through a process of what he says so that you can easily astral project, which is your spirit leaving your physical body.
Right.
Okay. So either creepy coincidence, or the TikTok algorithm, bro, is watching your dreams.
Dude, it's tapped in.
Yeah, it's
It's
literally
hella
in
tapped
your
in.
dreams.
Dude, sometimes I feel like it be like that though.
Dude,
Like I'm thinking about something, I'll open it up and be like, damn,
yeah.
I was just thinking about burgers.
It's either sad that we're that predictable, or there's like some like intuition, something going on.
It's like that stupid game you guys wanted to play where if you think about something, you'll be able to find it with
Rando not?
Right?
Yes.
Not stupid game. Dude, not stupid.
Stupid.
Okay, back to the story.
Okay, back. Oh, shit,
Remember
I forgot
Jay's
to say.
journal. It's all about like that demon was like, I want your body.
Yes.
So Brittany at the end of that doc, she said it was the weirdest feeling. She was like standing, woozy, felt weird, and then a mirror in front of her. She said it's like when you're looking into a mirror and there's a mirror behind you, so it's like an infinite thing.
Uh-huh.
And then she said she just slowly started moving out over the water, watching her body at the end of the dock. And that's when she got terrified. She's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wakes up, sees this TikTok. And then she was like, holy shit, terrified. And she was like, okay. So she put on like something on YouTube in the background and was able to finally fall back asleep. But the second she fell asleep,
Oh, shit.
she said she was on the dock again.
Damn.
The second she went to sleep, she was like right back at the party.
For me, that's pretty rare.
To go back to the same dream?
To go back to the same spot in your dream.
Yeah. It's happened to me once or twice, but very rare.
Yeah.
I feel like it happens to me frequently.
Really?
But like in the morning hours of sleep. Like when I'm going in and out of sleep. But continue with your story.
Okay. Back at the party. The feeling again of darkness and dizziness are back. But this time she has a friend there.
Is it a friend?
Yeah. It's one of her friends, Ashley.
Okay.
She said, I don't know. She said this part's confusing. I'm going to share it though, because you remember how I said to you, so much about Jay's journal reminds me of the foot soldier of Satan, because there's specific elements that were in both stories that are like, shouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But they're very similar. So this next part, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it correlates with a key part of Foot Soldier for Satan story.
Interesting. Okay.
So she said she's at the party, she recognizes someone, and then instantly, boom, she shot up into the air. And she said she went to a place that felt like heaven. There's clouds, it's dark. There's like hundreds of people like floating in a circle, and they're all looking down into a hole in the clouds. And she said like she thought it was heaven, and someone looks at her and goes, it's not your time. You need to jump now. And when he said that, she gets hurled forward into the hole. I know this sounds crazy.
Keep going. I'm
Keep
following.
going. Yeah.
Hurled forward into the hole in the clouds, shooting through the clouds. She said it's freezing, it's loud, it's cold. And she sees Earth below, getting closer and closer. And she said, I need to find my body. I need to find my body. So she locates America, goes that way. Looking for California, goes that way. Looking for her home. Boom. She thought she was trying to get back to her house, trying to get back to her body. She missed. She's in the water. She's in the ocean. But she can see the dock where her body is. And she's like, I need to get in. I need to get my body. Something wants my body. Like that's she said through the whole time, she just knew she needed to get to her body. Something wants her body. So that's where her friend Ashley pulls her out of the ocean, gets her in a boat. And I'm just gonna wrap it up. A couple other things happen in the dream, but it ends with they have to jump from pillar to pillar, and there's kind of a large hole under them. She jumps and falls. She's hanging there. Ashley's coming to get her. And the second she's hanging there and Ashley's like about to grab her hand, she said she felt hundreds of hands grab her from below and just pull down. And she knew they did not want her to get back to her body, and something wants her body.
That's like Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
dude, it is.
So she just was yelling like, wake up, wake up, wake up. I think she like tried to slap herself in her dream, and then boom, she wakes up.
Yeah. Like that's what I imagined that first like story part that I told to be like, trying to get back into
When they're in the
his
cabin.
body as like trying as hard as he could and couldn't.
I forgot to mention, when she got like blasted up into heaven,
Yeah.
she said like it felt like she entered a dream inside of a dream. And then when she hit the water, she said she felt like she woke up, but it was still in the first dream.
Damn.
So she was
that's wild.
And she once again hates dreams, but she just shared all that. And the coincidence of that video and just like
Just
everything
showing
happened. It weirded me out.
That is very coincidental, at least.
Which is odd or creepy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a buzzkill, but I'm wondering if like the algorithm is so dialed into when you get in on your phone, like it knows it's nighttime,
so it's
you
like
haven't touched it. You haven't touched your phone for 4 or 5 hours, and then you get on. Like, what's something that matches like the time? You know,
Okay,
something
that's
about dreams.
actually a thing, though.
That's even more creepy, though. Almost like
because
they got you dialed in.
That has happened to me over the last week with YouTube.
What happens?
So I start my day at work with some lo-fi YouTube, and I'll play it for a couple of hours till about 10 a.m. And then I'll switch it to something a little more upbeat. And for the last week, each time I close the lo-fi, the same video keeps popping up on the recommended next.
It just like knows what you want.
It just knows what I want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
TikTok be like that, but like times 100, I think.
Yeah. Either way, pretty creepy. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you had to go through that to edit the episode. And
I'm really sorry too.
Now she's like, I'm chopping up the whole story for TikTok and stuff. So she's like, dude, I'm like reliving everything. So shout out Britney. I thought it was pretty creepy.
That's definitely creepy.
Okay, I have one more. Should I just save it? It's pretty short.
Save it, dog.
It's pretty short. Okay, I'll save it.
Yeah, save it.
Then never mind.
Just blue ball everybody right now.
Yeah. It's pretty short. It's fun though. It's from a homie who's already sent in a story. Anyway, that's me tonight.
Okay.
Let's chat with chat.
That's terrifying.
Dude, that is terrifying.
Let's see. My heart is beating so hard reliving it. Sorry, Britney. Dude, what the F?
Dude, when you said going up in the clouds, though, the thing that I remembered from the foot soldiers of Satan that you're talking about was how there are people waiting.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly it. So I need to either retell Foot Soldier for Satan, or we need to find which episode it's on, because it could be from a lost episode.
Or get in contact with that dude and we'll have a call with him.
Dude, I don't think there's any way. He lived out in the bush of Australia, like hours drive.
The bush down under.
Yes, sir. So so basically I had a companion on my mission, one of my homies. This happened to him. So it's not one of those like, hey dude, I heard this, like no. He was like,
yeah.
He's like, I was there. This is what I experienced. So I heard the story from him. He said there was like I don't want to retell the entire story, so I'm going to try to do a part of it.
Just out in the middle of nowhere.
There was a guy, and someone at their church was like, you should talk to this one guy. He lives really far. So they had to save up all their kilometers to drive out there. Drove out there. He has a Samoan companion. Samoan companion can barely speak English. So he's like disinterested. But this guy has this huge plot of land and starts talking to him. It's very surface level, but then it starts going deeper and deeper. And this guy basically confesses at one point in his life, he was a foot soldier for Satan. And he started describing what that relationship was like. It started because he had an allure for power, and he was shown things that convinced him of the power. He said like he at one point was sitting in his car. He hadn't seen this friend for a really long time. He's living in Southeast Asia, and he was like, look what I can do. And he holds his steering wheel and goes and lights it on fire. And his friend freaks the out, and he's like, and the fire is gone. So anyway,
it's Nick Cage. What's that movie?
He's
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, dog.
He enters into a deal with Satan, and in return, Lucifer gives him powers. So at first, he's like, "This is dope. I had money. I had power. I was running
best
drugs.
basketball
I was
player
people.
On the team.
Yeah. I was the best basketball player in high school. Fucking
a little taller,
goofy. But the balance shifts. And at first it's fun and dope. And then for a while he's like, yo, I'm losing hours and hours of my consciousness. And then he's like, I can't even get back into my body. Like they have full control of my body. Anyway, one of the elements of when he was entering into the relationship with Lucifer, he said he was taken away in spirit and shown things about the plan of man, the truth of man. And a lot of the things, so the reason why my companion was sit there and glued for like 4 hours is because a lot of the things he said he was taught by Lucifer is things that like we learned from scripture, but just slightly changed. And like you don't hear that from non-Mormons. You know what I'm saying? Like he had deep knowledge of things that like we talk about. And one of the things was after you die, you go to a place before heaven, and it's there you learn things or you like pay for things still. And there is a threshold between those two realms where we sit and we wait for them to pass over and we grab them. And that's how we're like we take them. So that's what I was thinking of.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Britney said she was like sitting and there's this hole and they were all like going to jump through. Anyway.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. It could have a deep dive. I mean, it could also be like purgatory-ish kind of.
I mean, I think it's like different names for same thing. Just like the realm after this life before the ultimate destination.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Damn, Brittany, I hope you are okay.
Same. I apologize for making you have to listen to that story.
I have a want. I want to do a mini doc of Jay's journal.
Bro.
Go to the high school. We go to Pleasant Grove. We go to the cemetery and just like talk about the story in the place, film it.
Well, I'm going to Pleasant Grove to like grab some food I saw on TikTok, but that's about all I'm going to Pleasant Grove for.
Maybe just pull around and take a couple pictures of
just,
things.
Try and get that pep rally phantom or something.
Speaking of, here, let me bring up chat so we can interact with them. Brittany said she is okay. Don't even apologize, Sean. It was great.
Okay.
Somebody asked, were we able to get the video from the gray dude at the high school running across the gym? No, we haven't been able to get it.
Have you tried talking to him?
Yeah, I did talk to Emmy, who gave us that story and those pictures. But I think he already tried doing everything he could when he initially gave it to me. How far are we into the pod? I forgot this is happening. What's up, Nuclear Abby? Welcome back. We are just under 2 hours in, and I have 2 stories down. I have the last one. Somebody said, Long Luong, welcome. He said, or they said, I downloaded the book, and now I've just deleted the book.
Dude, I can't tell you. I was like out walking in the forest, and Sean sent me that message, and I was just, like, instantly my gut fell because it was like, I know curiosity is going to weigh out, but I should not listen to this thing.
I deleted it from my Audible.
I listened to it. It has a section where it's like introduction.
Yeah.
Where it's just like introduce. And I was like, I listened to that and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. Sean, you got this.
I messaged you like 2 or 3 days later. I was like, did you listen to it? And you're like, no. I was like, don't.
Yeah. When you said that, I was like, okay, good.
Sean, Pack Attack said, I'm like the old bitter man who can no longer feel fear. You made me feel young and afraid again. Thank you.
I relate to that because I feel the same. Like I'm this like, no, it's all good. And then for me reading that book, I was like, damn, this is scary.
No. Whew. Girl, boss it up, Charlie. Sell those feet pics.
One day we will.
Well, you got to like make sure you get them though when you're like younger, because once you get older, there probably gonna be less people trying to get them.
Dude, I legit, when I was living in Australia, this lady would call me cute feet.
Oh, dude.
I'm dead ass serious, dude.
Bro, did I ever tell you that in one of my classes in at UVU or whatever, I would wear like, the Jesus sandals or whatever. And I sat next to this girl every day. And one day she's like, you have really nice feet. And in retrospect, that seems a little sus. At the time, I was like, oh, yeah, thanks. And I didn't think anything of it. This is why I'm probably still single, too, because so I'm the densest person around.
I think you and me are insanely oblivious to like flirting, because I can remember even like
most guys are, dude. Most guys are.
Before I got married, like my now wife was like my best friend, and I would tell her about interactions when I was single, because she was dating another person. I was like Alf being single, and so I would tell her my interactions, and she's like, "Are you dumb? Like that person is flirting," and I'm sitting there like, "What?
Are you sure?"
You're like
I don't know. The Hangover like gif.
So
so oblivious.
Same.
That's so
same,
fun.
bro.
Anyway,
my favorite is the story of Jordan had a girl in bed with him.
Okay, well, don't say
And
it
he's
like that. They weren't smashing.
Okay, yeah, they weren't smashing. But
It's college dorm, so like they were watching a movie in his room. So like the only place you could watch is like laying on the bed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
and then she decided to sleep over, and like he's like, "Good night."
She's like, yeah, she kind of like it brought up. She's like, do you want to have a sleepover? And he's like, sure. And so he like turns off the lights and like, let's go to sleep.
Oh,
He talks about that. It's so funny.
yeah, he's so mad at himself. Have you seen the video of Andy Milonakis? It's recent, where he's like, "Can you describe me in one word or less?"
No.
I'm gonna pull it up. In fact, I have it up already.
Oh shit!
I don't know if this is it. Oh, frick. It's not it. That's what it looked like, though. Anyway, he holds the mic up. Oh, my gosh. Chill.
Deej, why'd you want to bring that up?
No, because you were talking about people describing you in public, or talking about your feet in public.
Kinda.
Maybe there was a huge disconnect, which made me think of that. He asked us one old lady, and she's like, creamy. And he's like, ugh. All right.
If there's one thing we're really good at on this podcast, is segues, bro. Just like moving from one topic to another.
Speaking of segues, DeeJay, what's your story?
Closing the night off. My story comes from multiple sources. To cite them right now, the first two are books. First one being Witchcraft and Superstitious Record in the Southwestern District of Scotland by J. Maxwell Wood. Second book is Witchcraft and Second Sight in the Highlands and Islands of Scotland by John Gregerson Campbell. And then the third source is Mimir's Well Folklore. It's a channel on YouTube. And the fourth one is a website called projectgutenberg.org. So there's more to this story that I have to look into. So what I'm giving you tonight is just, I say right now, part one.
A taste.
Sprinkle.
Just a taste.
A bit of haggis.
Pepperin.
So let me bring up.
Can you throw in some Scottish tunes just real quick?
Dude, that title though. The Highlands and Islands of
Scotland.
Scotland.
Of Scotland.
Who took a shit?
They may take our lives.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, everyone close their eyes.
Just imagine.
The mists.
The Loch Ness.
You just made it back from the loch. Dude, your kilt
You're
flowing
about ready
in the air. Your
going.
red ass beard just
in the wind.
In the wind.
Freedom.
You fill your lungs in the bag of the pipe. Cool. I feel there. Thank you.
Good. We're there. We're in Scotland. In Scotland, in the 1600s is mostly where these stories take place. I'm going to bring this picture up. Okay, I don't know why these pictures are big as hell. Oh, it's because we're at like 150%. Okay. Mary Queen of Scots, 1563, put out this decree. The estates enact that nay person take upon hand to use only matter of witchcrafts, sorcery, or necromancy, nor give themselves forth to have only sick craft or knowledge thereof. Also that nay person seek only help, response, or consultation at only sick users or abusers of witchcraft under the pain of death. So
bro,
basically,
real quick, learn English, dog.
Nay.
Only learn English, bro. Just kidding. What were you going to say, basically?
Basically, at this point, witchcraft has ramped up where the entire area is scared of it, to the point where the queen herself puts out this decree that anybody caught using witchcraft, even using it in trying to use it for good, seeking help from a witch, shall be put to death.
Dude, it's such a problem.
Basically.
The queen is like, all right.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta chill.
Y'all witches gotta chill. They set up a justice system, which is
A ministry of magic.
which that term is for lack of a better term, because who are these people? You know, who are these so-called experts to judge? But they have this system in place, and they have a system to determine whether someone is or isn't a witch. And I want to list off a bunch of them now. And within this list are a few stories
Real
in
quick.
between.
So you know how they say people are like, with the advent of the internet and more information, you would think everyone would get smarter, but really it's like there's just a lot more bullshit, and we're all like into dumb things like the Kardashians and whatnot, and this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I
feel honored.
They look back and they're like, man, like I wish we could go back to when like people just read books, because like knowledge, you know, everyone was just. And then someone was saying like some of the first widely best-selling published books were like how to spot witches and like how to like what characteristics they have.
Wow, one big cycle. Dude.
Yeah, so it's like we were just doing the same bullshit back then.
Bro, I'm also just imagining Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What part?
The part where they have the one girl like tied to the stake and like, she's a witch.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like witch hunts for dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Are we about to learn how to spot some witch?
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so the first one is called the witch's mark. So it was believed to become a witch, or in many witch rituals,
Witchuals.
Whoa.
That's the name of the episode.
they would sacrifice things, people, animals, and even one of the initiations to become a witch for some witches was to go into the fire yourself after dousing yourself with a potion that would enable you to feel no pain, a painless burn when you're in the fire. However, it did scar you still, even though you didn't feel it. You'd get some burning scars, and that is what was called the witch's mark. So a lot of the people in the villages and within the justice system would first look for the witch's mark, and if they found
That's just them wanting to be pursed. They're like, pull up your kilt.
Some poor blacksmith that's bad at his
He's like,
job.
dude.
what if they found a witch's mark, they would test it, and the way they would do that is they would take a needle and they would stick it through the mark, and if no blood was drawn or the person getting stabbed experienced no pain,
Dude, just fake it.
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh my gosh.
Okay, good. You're not a witch. Yeah. So that was one of the first ones, the witch's mark. Second one was interesting. The chimney smoke coming from your house. If it didn't follow the wind, that was a tell sign that was the household
That makes sense to me.
of a witch.
No, that's valid.
I'm wondering where that actually came from. Because if I saw that, that would be odd.
The
You know?
wind is going this way, the smoke is going this way. I'd be like,
Or the smoke not moving at all, you know? I don't know. No?
I
it
don't
would
know.
be odd to say the least.
So I could see why seeing that, like, why would that happen in the first place?
Yeah,
It not
like-
obeying physics.
How is that becoming a reason for you know to like?
So that seems
That's a witch.
That seems I don't know. It seems valid to me, dog. Dude. The third one is straight up. There was no explanation. It was just introverts.
Damn it, guys.
They're like, hey, how you going? Witch over here. This witch. That bitch.
Introverts, yeah. And that's that. Fourth
Half
one.
our chat. Y'all are witches, yo.
The fourth one
Dude, that one is dirty. Sorry.
comes from a very specific witch, a famed witch in Scotland named Skirtsy MacLeag, aka Lucky.
Skirtsy MacLeag. I'd go by Lucky too.
Yeah.
Skirtsy.
Skirtsy MacLeag, aka Lucky the Witch. So Lucky the Witch was known in her area to turn into a cat and walk on its hind legs.
Ew.
Absolutely terrifying. Bipedal feline. Yeah, old Long Johnson over here. Skirtsy or Lucky was
The cat just like, The catwalk.
Wasn't there a cat in what am I thinking of?
Cats. The movie
Cats. Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's an episode with like a bipedal cat. He would like smoke cigarettes.
I don't know.
Terrifying.
That's a fever dream.
It is a fever dream. Lucky the Witch would also sometimes appear as a naked boy on the countryside, terrifying travelers, people traveling the roads.
Like a little grudge boy.
Kind of. Yeah. Skirtsy or Lucky also had this power where she could cause you to drown if you entered the water. And almost like a voodoo-like fashion, she had a cup, a special cup in the bucket full of water in her home. And if she dunked the cup under the water, you would drown. Some weird connection like that. That was Lucky, the witch. So they would try to find like this naked boy in the countryside, cats running on hind legs. Crazy thing. This is a 1600 or 16th century. So
Scotland's
Their smoke isn't going with the wind.
the list that they set up, that's why I was saying like they had a justice system, quote unquote. It's
Dude,
like, what is
this is Monty Python though.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like if she weighs as much as a bundle of sticks, because the bundle of sticks floats and so does a duck.
Yeah, that's the logic.
It's like, what the
It was running the world.
Yeah. Number 5, hexing cows.
But if we're being honest, it was probably more fun back then.
More fun?
Yeah. it's just
Unless you were the witch getting
Let's go
caught.
catch a naked boy and run around and there's
That
smokeless
right
wind.
there
by the
sounds
toes.
sus, dude.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Number 5 is hexing cows, which doesn't sound too crazy right now, but back then, if you were poor, which I assume there's a lot more lower class than anything else,
Everyone was lower class.
like you had one cow and that was your entire livelihood.
Yeah.
Plow the land, get milk.
Get what?
That's
Get what?
milk, right?
I think DJ's a witch.
I hate y'all.
That's number 6.
Can't say milk.
Y'all are dumb.
Go back to speech class.
So having their whole life hinge off of this chat right now, milk. Having your whole life hinge off of a cow, it was terrifying knowing that
They're targeted?
Yeah, witches would target your cow.
Damn.
And the way they would do it is they would hex the cow so that it would yield no milk. Or there's like dairy properties within the milk.
Dairy-free milk.
Yeah, it would. They would milk the cow and like out would come just water.
Oh.
Kind of
Some type
I
of water,
mean, like
so skim milk. No.
that 1%, dog.
So when that happened,
Here's another reason why I
drastic.
was really dumb as a kid. I thought it was skin milk.
skin milk.
And I was
Ew.
like, yeah. And that's why like everyone talked about skin milk being like gross. And I was like, because it's skin. Continue. I legit thought that when I was little.
He's like, bro, where are they milking these almonds, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, almonds don't have nipples. So having this happen, having your cow hexed, detrimental. Your family's not producing, I don't know, cheese. So there was a way to counteract this. There was a counter charm.
Cow.
Counter charm.
And you would take the milk that was hexed, put it in a bowl, and fill the bowl with pins.
Pins?
Pins. And you would boil it. The milk would evaporate, and what was left was the pins. And during that boiling process, the pins would almost act like voodoo and stab the witch that hexed your cow. So you would have to act quick, grab this milk, throw a bunch of pins with the milk in the bowl, and boil it. Stab the witch into confessing that they've hexed your cow, or getting them to come back to fix your cow. So this happened so much that people would come home and find their hexed cows, put it into a bowl, try to boil it with pins, but they would find that their pins are missing because witches started getting smart because they were stealing the sharp objects
That is smart.
Yeah.
and pins and needles from people's homes. So that was another thing. If you walked into somebody's house and they had like an abundance of pins and needles, it's like
You
you're
knew
a
there
witch,
was a
dog.
witch.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro, can I just borrow this?
Hellraiser in there.
I'm gonna go.
I'm about to get
Holy
going.
cow.
Come back
look at
with my
these needles.
pitchfork and my homies.
Okay.
You
Number
killed-
6.
You killed that.
You killed that. Oh, bro, shut up. Okay, 6, a pretty common one that's made it into like modern day legend about witches is turning into animals, like shape-shifting.
Okay. Yeah.
So one of the main ones was a hare.
Interesting.
And there's specific stories with the hare. So there's an island in Scotland called Lismore. And there was a man hunting in Lismore and he sees a hare. He shoots it. And when it hits, because my boy is dead shot here, when it hits, there is what's quoted as an unearthly shriek that comes from this hare. When that happens, he's of course startled, but he also realizes, wait, there are no hares on the island of Lismore. So he starts to freak out and he realizes this has to be a witch. So he grabs his silver 6-pence coin and loads it into his rifle.
Okay.
Because silver is a killing agent for witches as well.
And werewolves, yeah.
And werewolves.
He's like, you're a wizard, Harry.
He loads that bitch up, takes aim, shoots it, hits.
Yeah.
Doot. Hits this hare, and the hare somehow survives, but barely gets away, like injured, hops away. The next morning, a famed witch from the village, he hears the news. There's commotion in the town, and he asks what's going on. Well, the witch in the town.
You know that fucking introvert.
Well, she's got a broken leg.
Oh, frick.
She's got a broken leg. And
She took a hit.
my boy was stupid enough to speak up and say, I did that. I shot the witch. She catches wind.
Oh.
And she
No more milk.
follows him for the rest of his life.
Oh, no.
Throughout his life, he is met by this hare in the road, and she turns from the hare into her human form and beats him senseless.
Oh.
Multiple times throughout his life.
He's just getting beat up by this hare, dude.
Yeah. I'll show you, introvert.
Introvert your organ.
So that's the hare. That's one of many stories surrounding the hare. Second one, famous, the frog.
The frog.
So there's a story of a frog, a man traveling the countryside, and steps on the frog. Frog is a witch. Follows this man to where he's going to try to get back at him. And as she's following him throughout the first couple days, learns a lot about him. Learns that he is a pious man of the church, of the cloth. And because of that, she isn't able to hex him like she was planning to.
He's protect.
But yes, he is protect, but she's waiting to attack. So she keeps following this dude. Follow for months and months and months. Can't get to him until one day he forgets to. He gets to dinner and he starts to eat.
He forgets to
Homeboy forgets to say grace.
Damn,
And
that's all it took.
That's the window of opportunity for our frog witch. When he forgets to pray, forgets to say grace, and starts eating his supper, the witch hexes him and his family and the house and calls an avalanche to run over the house.
What?
Rip by Hermit the Kermit.
Yeah. And my man of the cloth gets the big dead.
Bro, what if that was just like leftovers? He's like, I already blessed this shit.
Yeah, dog, shit came pre-blessed, bro.
And then he just gets avalanched.
Dude, God's protection's that fickle, dude. It's like you miss one per
That's
avalanche.
crazy. Yeah, avalanche. Snow way. The next couple animals, there's so many stories with animals that I had to skim over a lot of them.
Brave.
That's true.
You remember Brave?
I've never watched Brave.
Oh yeah, you don't watch Disney. Brave is in Scotland, and it's all about like transforming into animals.
Yeah.
And like how that's like an old Scottish thing.
It's all factual too.
Ooh. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Lots of animals that they can turn into. Birds, rats, a whale in one instance, and sheep, black sheep. The last story with animals is there was a sheep. There's a man who came across a sheep in the countryside. Is all of Scotland just countryside?
Yeah.
There are
Kinda
any cities
is, dog.
in Scotland, dog? Came across this the sheep, and the sheep starts charging this man.
Yikes.
Man loads his gun, brings it up. The sheep, halfway to the man, transforms into a beautiful woman.
That's dirty.
Confusion.
He lowers his rifle, and he's startled because he recognizes this woman. This is somebody that he knows.
No.
She says, "You know who I am, so you won't kill me. But now that you know who I am, you cannot tell anybody. If you do, I will kill you."
Okay.
I say, okay, whatever, yeah. They part ways. Few months later, this man is at a bar. He's drunk. They're singing songs. They're telling tales. And in his drunken state, he shares a story of coming across a sheep in the road. And as I raise my rifle, out comes this lassie.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who she is.
Brenda.
Genevieve. And he reveals who she is.
Well, yeah.
Snitches get what?
The next morning, this man was found drowned in a pond outside of his house.
Damn.
Crazy. So crazy. So,
was
witches,
Break
drunk,
the
though.
bond, you get the pond, dude.
dude, you are out of this world with these puns. That was it with animals, but people were always on edge when they would see certain animals acting strange, out of their element, in the wild. Okay, next item on the list was the witch's ride. Actually, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to save that for last. The next item is what's called a familiar. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah. So a familiar is...
It's like
a pet, basically.
An animal companion that like aids the witch in things, can look out. She can use it to spy. But it's like she or he will have a unnatural power or control over an animal.
Yeah.
And they're like companions.
Exactly.
And they're
Exactly.
intertwined.
So like Sabrina or...
With her cat.
Kiki with her cat as well.
Hmm.
Their familiars always took the form of either a black cat, a dog, and a toad, which it didn't have a lot of information, but apparently the toad is the most powerful of the three.
So Neville Longbottom really out here.
Ooh, something wicked this way comes.
Whoa.
So if somebody had a traveling companion or pet, people were like skeptical of that person. Always kept an eye out for
Dude, Charles is Lucy now, bro. He's a witch.
dog. Show me your scars.
Frog.
Dog. Frog. Okay, the last one is the witch's ride. So the witch's ride was basically when they would just mob through, not the streets, but the air. And they'd gather periodically just to fly through the countryside and terrorize people. There's the most well-known vehicle that they traveled on is
A broom.
the broom.
Mm-hmm.
The broom,
A Nimbus 2000.
the Nimbus 2000.
The firebolt.
It's the fastest version yet.
So there's a modern day Swedish myth and modern tradition that they practice on Christmas Eve. You would hide your broom so that witches wouldn't find them and wouldn't take them to fly, I guess. Which is also funny because it's like, where else do you put your broom? Is it just laying out in the open? Other vehicles include different plants, like the ragwort, especially, which is like a poisonous plant.
Pull it up.
Ragwort.
I got to see a ragwort.
Yo, what the frick is a ragwort?
Professor Sprout in herbology didn't teach me this.
It's also known as a stinking willy.
We know that all too well. How do you ride that?
A branch.
You could ride the horse there, but that's about it.
Dude, this gets crazy. I've never heard of this before until I read this earlier.
If you're listening, it kind of just looks like a dandelion.
No.
Yeah.
A big bunch of dandelions, but they're I think they're poisonous. Like if you eat them.
But you can ride them.
But they can ride them. Ragworts, hares can be ridden. Cats have been known to be ridden. Chickens, eggshells, which I don't know how that's supposed to happen.
Eggshells.
And what's called post. So I don't know if like post haste comes from this.
Oh.
I didn't look into that, but post is basically when they ride post. A post is a human turned into a horse that can fly.
What?
Strange. High-ranking witches rode none of those.
They flew.
High-ranking witches rode chariots.
What?
Insane, right?
Terrifying.
Super
when
terrifying.
did witches start riding chariots?
They rode chariots that they designed and crafted themselves.
Pull one up. I want to see.
Yeah, let's see some of these designs.
Scottish witch chariot. I was kind of joking about the pull it up, but I'm glad we're doing it.
Scottish witch chariot.
Okay, don't show that screen. I see a lot of weird anime things.
That's
Charles, what's your suggested searches?
Yeah,
what's a weird anime?
And tie me up.
Let's take a look.
Bro, they should make like Thai version of hentai, so it's like hentai.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're dumb, dude.
Dude, no, think about it.
I thought about it.
Kitties!
Pass. Yetis.
Dude, that's kind of a lame ass chariot, though.
It's literally
It's a
regular ass
one-seater.
chariot.
Nah, dog. If I saw somebody flying down Salt Lake with that,
pause. If I saw someone flying,
I'd be like, nah, that chariot sucks.
Yeah.
I don't care that they're flying.
Boo. Boo your chariot.
The chariot, okay, let me talk about real quick the construction of this chariot. So it is known for a lot of these chariots to be made mainly out of the bones of a dead man. The seat was made, if they had a seat, seats were made from the leather of newborns.
Whoa.
And three,
It's like a West Coast Customs, dude.
my boy
I
Exhibit
heard you
coming
like
in
the
hot.
occult, so we're going to hook you up with the skin of a newborn.
Damn, dude.
I'm X to the Z exhibit.
Yeah. I'm getting just memories of early MTV. Just remember that show Made?
Oh,
I
brother.
bet you there was somebody who wanted to be a witch.
Yeah.
They went from there to West Coast Customs. That's so fire. The last part of these chariots was iron nails to keep it all together. And the iron nails were forged from the smith of the devil himself. So there are legends of witches sometimes flying with or battling against Nordic gods.
Wait, did you say with or against?
Yeah.
Well, there are some good ones and bad ones.
Okay.
Dude.
With or against Nordic gods who also flew the air on chariots.
Damn.
And this starts getting into crazy conspiracies that Santa Claus is also a witch.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, dude.
Oh, dude, I feel unsafe
So
right now.
that was a
FBI
first.
is on their way, dude.
That was a first. I had never heard of that before.
Wow.
So crazy speculation out there that our boy
Well, obviously
Saint
we
Nick.
know who won. Santa.
Santa, dude.
Father Christmas. So these are a lot of the fun different ways that people would try to look out for witches and bring justice to them and keep their communities safe and give justice to their genocide. Crazy. The queen put out this decree, and thousands and thousands and thousands of lives were lost over this. And now we dress up as them on Halloween, dog.
Thousands of lives were saved, dude. Because they were.
You're right.
You're right.
Two sides to every story.
But
Jeezer, dude.
that's those are the Scottish witches.
Scottish.
Now a lot of
Gosh,
that
damn.
deals in black magic. There is another half that deals with white magic and good witches.
Santa Claus.
So there is a famed legend in Scotland that I think is commonplace even today that Scots will talk about. And it's about a specific power, I think comes from the white magic part of witchcraft, Scotland, and it's called second sight. So, second sight is a rare gift that some people are born with. I don't think you can learn it, but second sight, you can have one of three parts of second sight, usually. And one, it's you can see something occurring a great distance away.
Okay.
Okay, we all get to choose one.
The second one
Distance.
is foretelling the future.
Foretelling the future.
Damn.
And the third one is you're able to discover in your mind's eye the location of evil artifacts. Very interesting.
I'm going to take the future one.
You gonna take the future one?
I'm always squinting so I can see the far one. I'm already like, damn.
Whoa, look at that so far.
I guess that leaves me with the evil artifacts.
Bro, I got you guys on the next, like Bitcoin, though.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, dog.
Put it to work, finally.
So, second sight. Stories of people who have used this for good, even the evil artifacts, finding the evil artifacts and destroying them before black magic users could get to them.
Horcruxes, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Interesting.
But there is a story of one who possessed all three.
The Hollows, the Deathly Hollows.
Mhm.
Dude.
And she goes by the name of Janet Douglas.
I was expecting something more like badass.
Yeah, Joan of Arc, but we got Janet over here. Janet Douglas, a famous story from the 17th century of Scotland. And that is a story I will be sharing with our patrons.
The real witches.
The real witches. But that's that for now.
Damn.
It's cold now. We got
Dude, I'm
shut that
freezing
window.
in here.
I'm cold. I'm about to put on my jacket again.
Yeah. Dude, that was fun. I love diving deep into like the history of the things.
So
Of the
unique.
teens. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
fun. Baby leather seats.
Ugh.
Ooh.
We know where all their foreskins are going.
Yeah.
Witches be taking those.
Witches be crazy, bro. That's wild. Thank you, Deej.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
Dude, that was fun. Fun night.
Yeah.
Fun stories.
great night. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on Twitch and for tuning in, everybody.
Hell yeah. There was
Uh,
one thing we wanted to cover. Oh, yeah.
A few
Guys,
things real quick.
you go first.
Patrons and people who are subbed on Twitch. We wanted to give you a little bit more. So, VODs, video on demand of our Twitch streams will be available 24 to 48 hours after we stream. We will make them available for subscribers on Twitch, and we will download them and then upload it to Patreon. VODs are only available on Twitch for 2 weeks. So if you're a patron, you'll see that episode. And these are unreleased, uncut versions of our episodes. You'll get them on Patreon and they will stay there indefinitely.
So if you're interested, head over to patreon.com/the3am pod. And for $2 a month or whatever you feel like giving,
You get our entire back catalog and everything moving forward.
you're
So we appreciate your support. Everybody send in your stories. We have a lot of people still sending them in and we appreciate that. We want to keep that ball rolling.
I'm going to challenge you because I know all of y'all have stories. And if you don't have stories, you know someone who has a good story. I.e., I have a coworker I've been working with for like 6 months, knows about the podcast, and just today was like, oh my gosh, dude, my sister's husband is like a famous horror author who wants to come on your podcast.
Oh
I just thought about it. And I was
6
like,
months.
it's like, yeah. So I know you guys know something. Pick your freaking brain and get those stories and send them in.
If anything, generate the conversation. Have a gather around the campfire.
It's fun.
It is. It's way more fun than you think. Like the common tie that binds is scary stories.
Humor and horror. Scary and silly.
Somebody in chat asked, is Patreon the best or preferred way to support 3 a.m.? Monetarily, right now, yes. That is the best way to support us if you want to support us monetarily.
But the best way to support us is download our episodes, share our podcast with friends.
Yep.
And
That's
get
the way.
stories.
Yeah. Generate the conversation. Talk about it. That goes a long, long way.
Yeah. Yeah. We appreciate any and all of it.
Yeah.
And then last thing on housekeeping, timestamps.
Yeah, always look in the description if you want to skip, because there's a lot of people who don't like our banter. They want the stories. There's a lot of people who don't like our stories. They just want the banter. As always, timestamps below in the description. Skip ahead.
Skip ahead or know when to stop.
Yeah.
Or take it all if you're a real
If you're a real one. That's basically it. Appreciate you guys. Until next week. Bye.
No. Charlie.
Come back.
So last Saturday, we went out to brunch with a bunch of people from work. And good brunch, good time, good people, good company. And we close up.
Let me tell this part. We're leaving. DJ's gone. I'm like the last one in the restaurant. We had seen a friend there, and I was like, I need to go say bye to him. So I'm like walking through the restaurant, and I hear, Charlie?
No, what?
And I look around, I see someone, I'm like, I don't know you. And I just like look at them. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, from 3 a.m.? And I was like, oh my goodness.
It's happening.
It's happening. It finally happened. Which I was like simultaneously honored, but pissed about. I was like, damn it. I really wanted this to go on like way too
I know. It was a homie, Emily.
So I don't know if it does. Okay, that's what
Does
I was
it
going to ask.
count?
Does it count? Because this person knows DJ before the podcast.
Yeah, before the podcast. We've been friends for a few years.
I've never met this person.
I say that since you have never met them, it should count.
I also wasn't with DJ.
Because you weren't with you.
We kind of were.
You were out of the restaurant. I
Okay.
literally was like, oh, DJ's here. I have to go get him.
You're right.
And I
You're
ran
right.
out and grabbed you. So, chat, does it count?
Does it count, chat?
Yes or no?
Somebody said, I don't know. No, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Somebody else said, first time chat from the viewer does not count.
Dude, it's crazy you just come in here. So much confidence.
Britney says no. Nuclear Abby says doesn't count.
Okay, guys, then let it be stricken from the record.
Stricken.
Our chat has decided, and they doth decide.
Tembo said half a point.
Half a point.
Okay, 0.5. I'll take that.
Superstar to half a star.
Okay, there's no fully. I want one.
Tequila Mommy said yes.
Damn it, Tequila Mommy. Tequila Mommy
She's looking out for you.
sent in a story. I read it. I was going to share that one tonight.
With the pictures?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't say
We'll save it.
because I think she wants to remain anonymous.
Oh.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. So I kind of got recognized. Whatever.
Well,
And with that, thank you. Till next week.
Bye. Love you. Be safe. Trust your gut. Watch your back. Be careful out there.
Remember when this fool forgot his saying last week? I like re-uploaded it and I watched it and you're like, trust.
we haven't been doing this for like 3 years.
Yeah. Okay,
It
bye.
happens. Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of 3 a.m. If you want to support us, visit our Patreon where patrons have access to exclusive content. If you're not able to support us monetarily, don't worry. This episode is on us. You can still rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to us on. It really does go a long way. You can also follow us on social media. Our handle everywhere, including Patreon, is the 3am pod. Finally, do you have any scary stories? If so, submit them to our website, the3ampodcast.com. We love any audio or visual aids that can help bring your stories to life. So file uploads are welcome with your written submissions. We're anxious and excited to hear from you.